The definition of a chemical reaction is a process that involves rearrangement of the molecular or ionic structure of a substance, as opposed to a change in physical form or a nuclear reaction. Those are chemical reactions where atoms are separated, gathered, or exchanged with the formation and breaking of chemical bonds. And the following are not chemical reactions: peel an orange, solve the salt, and melt ice.
There are three main types of chemical reactions. For example, oxidation reduction redox is a reaction that involves a transfer of electrons between two species. Here we see copper oxide reacted with carbon. Copper atoms luckily received 4 electrons from carbon to escape from a compound. Instead, carbon got rid of 4 electrons to copper and combined with oxygen atom. Secondly, acid and base reaction is when an acid and a base are placed together. They react to neutralize the acid and base properties, producing a salt. CaOH2 was put in the solution of HCl. Calcium hydroxide was dissolved in hydrochloric acid and water is formed. Precipitation reaction is the creation of a solid from a solution. When a reaction occurs in a liquid solution, the solid form is called the precipitate. The solution of a silver nitrate and salt, sodium chloride, is mixed up here, forming some white solids of precipitation and leaving sodium ions and nitrate ions in water. Now, can a reaction obey conditions of two main types of reaction? Of course! For example, here we have a reaction where both precipitation and acid-base reaction occurred. To be more specific, here we have phosphoric acid neutralized with calcium hydroxide, forcing some calcium phosphate precipitate to form.
Synthesis is a purposeful execution of chemical reaction to obtain a product or several products. This happens by physical or chemical manipulations, usually involving one or more reactions. Sulfur was heated above the flame and reacts with oxygen to produce sulfur dioxide.
Single replacement reaction is a type of chemical reaction where an element reacts with a compound and takes place of another element in that compound. Zinc entered the sulfur acid solution and replaced hydrogen due to its higher reactivity. Instead, hydrogen is free released as hydrogen gas bubbles.
Decomposition reaction is a separation of a chemical compound into elements or simpler compounds. Potassium permanganate was heated at a high temperature and decomposed to be potassium manganate and manganese oxide and oxygen.
Double replacement reaction is a type of chemical reaction where two compounds react. The positive ions and the negative ions of the two reactants switch places, forming two new compounds or products. Acid-base reaction and precipitation reaction are usually double replacement reaction.
Transparent solutions of sodium sulfate and barium chloride was mixed up in a beaker. The new solution turned unclear and eventually gathered white solid of barium sulfate at the bottom. Sodium ion and chlorine ion were left in the solution.
Lastly, combustion reaction is a rapid chemical combination of a substance with oxygen, involving the production of heat and light. For example, methane combusted in oxygen and formed water and carbon dioxide, same products as carbohydrate combustion. Well, that is a little boring for a combustion reaction. I mean, really, you would expect an explosion going on. So here we go!
Alright, say la 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 la, say la 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 la. 손을 들어, 손을 질러, burn it up. 불타오르네. 싹다 불태워라. Wow wow wow. 싹다 불태워라. Wow wow wow. 그만 자 여기로, 그런 자 여기로. 내 추억을 들고 all night long. 친구나는 발걸음으로.